हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So thank you very much, dear devotees, for your kind association. I am very grateful to my dear God sister, Her Grace Anuradha Leela Mataji, who is trying to spread the wonderful message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Savannah, Georgia. So this is my humble attempt to serve her in her service in Savannah, Georgia. So thank you very much, Mataji. We can get started with our Mangalacharan prayers, all of us together. Om अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती इति नामिने। नमो गौर किशोराय साक्षाद् वैराग्यमूर्तये विप्रलम्भ रसाम्बोधे पादाम्बुजाय ते नमः। नमो भक्ति विनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्ति स्वरूपाय रूपानुगवराय ते। गौराविर्भाव भूमेस्त्वं निर्देष्टा सज्जन प्रिय वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। So does anyone remember which verse we have to start from? Because I forgot. It was so many weeks ago.
I have notes on text 25, Prabhu, in chapter 2. Text 25, I have notes.
Text 25, okay. So maybe we have to start from text 26. Okay. So let me share my screen so we can all recite the verse together. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Sri Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, entitled The Contents of Bhagavad Gita Summarized, text 26. अथ चैनं नित्यजातं नित्यं वा मन्यसे मृतं तथापि त्वं महाबाहो नैनं शोचितुमर्हसि. Translation by our beloved founder Acharya, His Divine Grace, Srila Abhay Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada. Lord Krishna is telling Arjun, if, however, you think that the soul or the symptoms of life will always be born and die forever, you still have no reason to lament, O mighty armed. Mahabaho. Krishna is calling Arjun Mahabaho. So, in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is telling Arjun that you have decided not to fight, and you have given me so many good reasons why you do not wish to fight. One reason was that why should we kill our own family members and friends to earn wealth and to get control over a kingdom? It's so sinful. Second reason was there are so many men, Kshatriyas, who have assembled on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and there will be heavy casualty on both sides. Thousands upon thousands of men will be killed in this great war, which means thousands and thousands of old parents will lose their child. Thousands and thousands of ladies will become widows, and thousands of innocent children will become fatherless. When so many powerful Kshatriya men will be killed, the bad guys of society or the felons, the criminals, they will take undue advantage of the fact that so many Kshatriyas who uphold religion and maintain law and order in society are now dead. So these criminals will become more powerful. And seeing the ladies helpless, they are widows, they have lost their husbands. These criminals, these felons will take advantage of the situation and try to exploit the widows. Arjun said, this will be a great calamity, O Krishna. Better we don't fight. So Krishna in the second chapter begins instructing Arjun and tells him the science of the Atma. Atma Tattva Jnana, the science of the knowledge of the soul. He says, "Oh Arjun, you are speaking like a wise man, but you are overlooking a very important philosophical truth that we are not these bodies. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptis dhiras tatra namoyati." Your words are based on the conception that we are these material bodies. But actually, we are not these material bodies. We are soul. We are spiritual entities. The soul is eternal. The soul was never born. The soul will never die. The soul is eternal. Nayanam chindanti shastrani. No weapon can kill or destroy the soul. The soul is aja, unborn, and shashwat, eternal. After explaining the science of the soul to Arjun, then Krishna says, but even if you think that there is no soul or the soul is not eternal and it is this body that we are, still you have nothing to lament, O Arjun. And in the text number 27, Lord Krishna tells Arjun, one who is born is sure to die, and one who dies is sure to take birth again. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptis dhiras tatrana muhyati. That just like the body in this very lifetime transforms from a small child to a youth, to a young woman or young man, to middle age, to old age, and then death, tatha dehantara prapti. Similarly, we'll get a new deha, we'll get a new body. It's the cycle that continues, the cycle of life. One who is born is sure to die. If there is a manufacture date, there has to be an expiration date. If something has a beginning, it will have an end. So why are you lamenting? Everyone has to die. Why not perform your duty then? Death is inevitable. Why should death be a reason to not perform duty when it is inevitable? If everyone is going to die, then might as well do your dharma, do what is right, and then die. Krishna is telling Arjun. Further, Krishna tells Arjun that all the created beings, they are unmanifest in the beginning. Correct? When we are in the form of a fertilized ovum, it's just a little tiny embryo. It's not visible. It takes few weeks for some symptoms to come, where the new mother will get some nausea, some vomiting. There will be some physical symptoms that there is a pregnancy. And then we can do the test and find out, oh, there is a pregnancy. So in the beginning of life, the child is not really manifest. But then the child is born and everybody is able to see, oh, this is a child, this is a girl, this is a boy, etc. Today is the birthday, this is the birth time, this is when we cut the umbilical cord, and life begins. Now life has become manifest. And then the person grows, eventually dies at whatever age, based on our destiny, which is determined by our karma. Someone may die at the age of 5 years, someone may die at the age of 10 years, someone may die at the age of 50, someone may live for 100 years. Whatever our lifespan is, we die and then we again get a birth. Because just like the body is going through transformations, it is unmanifest, it manifests, and then it again becomes unmanifest. So why are you lamenting? These are like the changing of the seasons. Matra sparashastu kaunteya shita ushna dukkhada. Agama payino anityam tam stitikshasva bharata. Titikshasva, tolerate it. This is unavoidable. Shita ushna, just like sometimes it is winter, sometimes it is summer, we tolerate it. In the summer, we wear light, loose cotton clothes. In the winter, we may wear thick, multi layers woolen clothes. We adapt, we adjust, and we move on. We tolerate. Sometimes it is cold, sometimes it may be 20 degrees, sometimes it may be 100 degrees Fahrenheit. We adjust and we move on. We still go to school, we still go to office, we still eat, we still sleep, we still do our work. Life goes on. Similarly, Krishna is saying, just like the seasons change, there is the spring season now, then there will be summer, then summer will become cooler, and the green leaves will change color, and it will be fall, and then the leaves will be shed, and it will be winter, and it will get really cold. But again, there will be spring, and again, there will be cherry blossoms, and again, there will be fresh leaves. Just like the seasons change, similarly, our life goes through different phases. We may be young, we may be middle-aged, we may be old, we may die. But then again, after that, there will be birth. Life is cyclical. It's a cycle of life, circle of life. Krishna is saying. And then Krishna says that you should understand what is the soul. You should understand who you are. Some people who understand the soul, the science of the science of the spiritual life, they look at it as amazing. Some hear about the soul, find the soul very amazing. And some, even after hearing, do not understand what is spiritual life, what is the soul. Now, there are so many people listening to this class. Not everybody is understanding equally. Not everybody is attentive equally. Some may be catching each and every word that is being spoken. Some may be catching few words. Some may be thinking, what's going on? Why is he not telling some stories? Why this heavy philosophy? Why is he being repetitive? Or some may be focusing on the tilak. What kind of tilak he has put? Why is he wearing a white t-shirt? Why not kurta? What is in the background? Curtain. So many things can distract. Or what I have to do. What time is it? 9:22. Okay, what have I got to do at 10 o'clock? What's my next agenda? Planning. So not everybody is equally attentive. Not everybody is grasping equally. Similarly, not everyone can understand Bhagavad Gita. Not everyone can understand Krishna. That's what Krishna is saying in verse number 29. Some understand and say, wow, this is amazing. And some, even after hearing, they cannot understand. It depends on their attentiveness. It depends on their enthusiasm. It depends on their eagerness. It does not depend on their intelligence, because intelligence is given by Krishna. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. If we are sincere, Krishna will give the intelligence to understand him. Tesham sadatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayantite. I give them the knowledge by which they can come to me. If they are tesham sadatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. If they are engaged in bhakti with love, then I give them the intelligence to come to me. Mata smritir jnanam apohanam cha. From me comes memory, from me comes intelligence, from me comes knowledge and forgetfulness, Krishna says. Then Krishna in verse number 30 again reiterates, my dear Arjun, I was just playing devil's advocate in the previous verse when I said, even if you think that there is no soul or the soul is temporary, the soul dies. I was just playing the devil's advocate. But now let's come back to the truth. The truth is, Krishna is telling in verse number 30, that the soul who is living inside this body is eternal, cannot be killed. Therefore, you do not have to grieve for anyone. Anyone who has died or is going to die, you do not have to grieve for that person. Bhagavad Gītā is teaching us, Lord Krishna is teaching us. Because Krishna is saying, why you don't have to grieve? Because you are thinking the person is dead, but no one can die. Because the actual person is not the body. The actual person is the soul living inside the body. And that driver of the body does not die when the body dies. When the car comes to a stop, the driver exits the car and goes somewhere else. Then the car becomes motionless, soundless. It's just there. But does that mean that the driver is dead? If the car is not working, if the car is dead, it doesn't mean the driver is dead. Our material body is like the car. The car has two headlights, we have two eyes. The car has a horn, pom, pom, we have vocal cords to speak. The car needs fuel, gasoline, or electricity. We need fuel in the form of food and water. The car has four tires, we have four limbs. Just like the car does not have life, the car may have computer chips, the car may have computer programs within it. The car may have electrical wires around it. Our body also has nerves everywhere. But the car does not have life. The car does not have feelings. The car does not have emotions. The car itself does not have the power to discern and reason, but the driver does. The driver has life. The driver has emotions. The driver has intelligence. The driver has discerning ability. Similarly, this body with two eyes, four limbs, and so many nerves and digestive system and blood pumping in its veins, we have a heart pumping. The car has got, we have a four-chambered heart. The car also has got V4, V6, V8 engine. Hmm? So similarly, like the car, this physical body made of bones, flesh, blood, skin, fat, does not have life. Therefore, when a person dies, we say he has passed away. The person is still there in the form of a cadaver, in the form of a dead body. So who has passed away? It is the one who was dwelling inside the body, the driver of the body. So it's a metaphor. The body is the car, just like the car, our physical body. It's a vehicle. For who? For the soul who is driving this car. It is the soul who is conscious, not the body. I'm a medical doctor and we study anatomy, physiology, biochemistry. These are the basic medical sciences. And in no Gray's Anatomy textbook, in no Guyton's physiology textbook, we are taught how this physical body, which is ultimately made up of different types of cells, which are made up of cell wall and cytoplasm and nucleus and mitochondria and DNA and RNA, which in turn are made up of carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, etc., can have feelings. Pick up any physiology, neurology, psychiatry, biochemistry, anatomy, histology textbook. I challenge you. Pick up any scientific textbook and show me where modern anatomists and physiologists have figured out how this bundle of cells can have feelings, can have emotions, can have faith, can feel elated, can have memory, can feel love. It is not possible. Don't tell me about serotonin and dopamine. That you're talking about the hardware, like the computer hardware. I'm talking about the software. Don't tell me that you take this medicine, antidepressant medicines, and it adjusts your serotonin and dopamine, and then you feel a certain way. No, you are manipulating the hardware. I'm saying, how can a bundle of cells, which is made up of atoms and molecules, have experience of feelings? No scientist, no medical doctor can explain this. It is not possible. This is an open challenge. It is not possible. Only Bhagavad Gītā and Srimad Bhagavatam explain this. Because there are three levels of physical self. There is the gross body, there is a subtle body, and then there is a spiritual body. The gross body is made up of skin, bones, muscles, blood, etc. This is the body that we study through blood tests, CBZ, CMP, vitamin levels. This is the body that we study through X-rays, MRIs, and CT scans and PET scans and ultrasounds. Then there is a subtle body consisting of the mind and the intelligence and the ego. And this cannot be seen on any MRI. No MRI can see the mind. No ultrasound can see the mind. No blood test can tap into the state of the mind. Am I feeling happy or sad? Do a blood test and tell me. Am I feeling happy or sad? Do a CT scan and tell me. No, because those tests deal with the gross body. And the subtle body comprises the mind and the intelligence and the ego. Subtler than this subtle body is the spiritual body, which is the soul, Atma. And it is the soul that is Satchidananda. The nature of the physical body is the gross body. The nature of the gross body is to come in contact with different objects of the senses. There are 5 Jnanendriya, 5 Karmendriya, 5 knowledge acquiring senses, and 5 active senses. The 5 knowledge acquiring senses are the eyes with which we see, ears with which we hear, nose with which we experience aroma, fragrance, tongue with which we taste, and skin with which we feel the physical structure of a thing, the temperature, etc. These are the 5 knowledge acquiring senses. And the nature of the gross body, remember there are 3 bodies: gross body, subtle body, spiritual body. The nature of the gross body is to come in contact with objects that give pleasure to the senses. Ambient temperature should be 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Why? Because my twacha, my skin, sense of touch feels comfortable at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. 50 degrees will be too cold. 90 degrees will be too warm. I feel comfortable at 70 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the skin. The object of the skin is the temperature of the air. Why am I wearing this cotton t-shirt? It's comfortable. It's simple. I don't have to match the color. Just wash it, dry it, and wear it day after day after day. It covers the body and it's simple, white color for grahasthas. My skin says this is nice and comfortable. It's soft cotton. Water. I want to drink water. Oh, okay. This is nice room temperature water. Hare Krishna. Why? Because my tongue can tolerate room temperature. If it is boiling hot, the temperature of the water is 120 degrees Celsius, it will burn my tongue. If it is minus 2 degrees, then this water will become ice. And again, it will be too cold for me. So the tongue wants to taste, not too spicy, not too salty. The salt should be just right. This is all. These are the food is the object for the tongue. The clothes, the temperature, everything is object for the skin. The eyes want to see some nice movie, want to see some nice scenery. I want to go to Alaska. Why you want to go to Alaska? Because you want to see the scenery, the mountains and the glaciers and the grizzly bears. Why you want to go to restaurant? Because your tongue wants to eat that tasty food today. It wants to have whatever you want to have in the restaurant. Different types of cuisine. Why do people spend so much money? You go to the airport and there are perfume shops. This perfume, that perfume, this brand, that brand. Why there are so many different fragrances which cost hundreds of dollars sometimes? Designer perfumes. Why? Because the nose wants to smell nice fragrances. So the perfume is the object for the sense called as nose. Why do we have all these apps like Spotify and this and that? Why do we have those earbuds, so much technology going into creating those headphones? Because the ears want to hear music. When something is nice, we say, oh, this is music to my ears. So the music is the object for enjoyment for the ears. So our senses, the gross body, its tendency is to acquire objects that will give us happiness. When we choose a life partner, what do we see? He should be handsome. She should be beautiful. We should look photogenic. We'll take a photo together and put it on as our profile picture on WhatsApp or Facebook. So everybody should know, look, I am so lucky. I am enjoying with this beautiful partner. That is the mentality, the subtle mentality. We may not say it explicitly, but it is implied. Implicitly, we understand this is the meaning why people put their photos. Even now, they may have become very old, but they will put their young age photo. That they think, I'm still, abhi to main jawan hu. I'm still young. Why? Because we want to enjoy. That's why we want a job where we have to work less, get more money. That's why we want to have a house which is nice, comfortable, good locality, big, everything. We want to have a most beautiful and or the most handsome partner that we can acquire. Everything we do is for enjoyment with our senses. Movie will go that looks nice, nicely edited, nice scenes, good for the ears, nice music in the movie, nice dialogue delivery. And then this is the gross body. It is trying to enjoy with different objects in this world. And then we have the subtle body. Subtle body is made up of mind and intelligence. Why do we go to a good school? Why we want to go into the honors program? Because it gives us intellectual satisfaction. we feel intellectually satisfied, intellectually engaged. Why in schools it is the duty of the teachers to challenge the students intellectually, academically, so that they feel academic intellectual satisfaction. And why we want to get good education and go to a good university? For two reasons. So that we get a high paying job and we become professionally qualified, so we get respect in society. These are the main reasons why people go to colleges and university. They want to satisfy their intellectual itch, their kutuhal, their curiosity. They want to earn money, wealth. Money is honey, my dear Sunny. The rich man's joke is always funny. So people want to earn money. They don't want to be poor. They want to earn money. And they want respect and dignity in society. That's why they go to colleges and university. This is giving gratification, enjoyment to the subtle body. When we speak respectfully to each other, we treat people with courtesy. It gives gratification to the subtle body, which is made up of mind, intelligence, and ego. I hope you're understanding how this material world works and how we are engaged in this world for the satisfaction of our gross body and satisfaction of the subtle body. Acha lagta hai. That person treated me nicely. He was very hospitable. We feel good. Who is feeling good? Yes, the gross body might have felt good because he gave a nice sofa to sit. They offered tea. That is, the gross body felt happy. And then spoke sweet words to us, treated us with courtesy and respect. The subtle body felt good. So in this world, we live our life. We create an online life through our Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. We create a world around us with our house, family members. We go to do our professional job. We send our kids to school. We go through life simply for the gratification. Gratification means enjoyment of the gross body and the subtle body, which means the outer clothes and the inner clothes. Outer clothes is the gross body. Vasamsi jiranani yata vihaya. We saw that verse. Subtle body is the inner clothes. But what are we doing for the welfare of the spiritual body, which is inside? The gross body is compared to the outer clothes. The subtle body is compared to the inner clothes, which are not visible, but they are there. And they're important. But the spiritual body is the actual body who is wearing the inner clothes and the outer clothes. Or in the analogy of the car, the structure of the car is the gross body. The computer software in the car is the subtle body. The connection with the GPS, the SOS button to call in case of accident. There is onboard Wi-Fi in the car. All that is the subtle body of the car. All the computer programs that are running, if this happens, then this indicator will go on. So there is a harmony and synchrony between the subtle body and the gross body. Subtle body will give a signal, it will manifest as a gross signal. TPMS monitor is showing that the tire pressure is low in the passenger side rear wheel. How that is working? Because there is some subtle science and there is gross machinery to support it. So the subtle body and the gross body are working together. All very complex, all great and brilliant, but really nothing to do with the driver. The driver cannot drink gasoline. The driver cannot charge with electricity. The driver will feel happy inside if the driver is on WhatsApp talking to mommy daddy in India. The driver is driving the car to work, but the driver is not feeling happy because the engine is pumping 250 horsepower of power, or so much torque, or all the computers have enough electricity in them in the car. The driver feels happy talking to a loved one on the phone. So you see, the gratification of the car, the gratification of the software inside the car, and the gratification of the driver who owns and drives the car are different. The mistake of modern civilization is we live our life trying to gratify the gross body and the subtle body without realizing that we need to address the spiritual body also. Tell me, what is more important? Is it the gross and subtle body, or is it the spiritual body? Is the Tesla more important? Is the software update of the Tesla more important? Or is the owner of the Tesla more important? The car also has insurance. There is a software update plan also for the Tesla. But then there is the health insurance, dental insurance, vision insurance, life insurance for the driver. Which is more important? Sir salamat to pagdi hajar. If the driver is safe, you can buy so many more Teslas. More important than the Tesla car per se, more important than the software update inside the Tesla is the need of the driver. If the driver has to go pee, the Tesla has to stop. Unless you want to pee in the Tesla. If the driver of the Tesla has to poop, the Tesla has to come to a standstill. The Tesla car is meant for the driver. The driver is not meant for the Tesla, but we are living our life in this world today only concerned with the needs of the gross and the subtle body. My Tesla has to go through car wash every day. I have a monthly plan. But the driver has not bathed. My Tesla has to get the latest software upgrade on the air. But the driver has not eaten. Is it a happy situation? No. So we have Bhagavad Gita is teaching us who is the spiritual body, who is the spiritual self, and what is the need of the spiritual self. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Mamaya amsha jiva loka jiva bhuta sanatana. That spiritual self, the Atma, the soul, which is all of us, is a part and parcel of Krishna, belongs to Krishna, and is supposed to love Krishna and serve Krishna with love. Tesham satata yuktanam, not sometimes, constant. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvaka. With love, we are supposed to serve Krishna. Feel that relationship with Krishna. Savai pumsa paro dharmo yatho bhaktir adhokshaje ahaytuki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. The driver will become happy when the driver performs bhakti towards Krishna, which is without any motivation and which is uninterrupted. Ahaytuki, without any purpose and motive. Not that I will do this bhajan, I want good grades in my exam. I will do this, I want money. I will do this, then I should not get cancer. My colonoscopy should be normal. No, not that kind of prayer. Ahaytuki. And it should be not just on a Sunday morning. Apratihata. Every day, Krishna consciousness is a way of life. It's not a cult, it's a culture. It's a way of life. So this is what Krishna is teaching us. This will Atma suprasidati. This will lead to the happiness of the soul, which is the owner and the driver. Chalak malak of the car. So Bhagavad Gita teaches us spiritual knowledge. And this should be understood and implemented. It is not a theoretical process. If we practice it, we will experience bliss. We will experience Anand. Anandam buddhi vardhanam prati padam. Purna amrita aswadanam. Full nectar we will get to taste, but we have to practice it. Without practicing it, we cannot experience it. If you want to experience a cruise in Alaska, you can hear about it, you can see pictures, you can see some YouTube videos, but if you want the full experience, you have to go and experience it for yourself. You have to go on the cruise and do it. Similarly, we can hear about Krishna, we can talk about Krishna, we can philosophize about God, but we will not get to experience Krishna unless and until we practice Krishna consciousness under the guidance of a guru. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Unless and until we go to a tattvadarshi guru, a guru who has seen Krishna, a guru who knows Krishna, a guru who understands Krishna, a guru who is surrendered to Krishna, a guru who represents Krishna, unless and until we go to such a guru and pranipat, we fall at the feet of the guru, surrender ourselves. Diksha kale bhakta kare atma samarpan. Tadvidhi pranipatena and pariprashnena. Humbly ask questions, not in a challenging mood, not in the mood to show that how others will see I am such an intelligent fellow. With the intention of gaining knowledge, if we ask question, pariprashnena and sevaya, we serve the guru. Then upadekshanti, then he will give diksha, he will enlighten us. Divya jnana hriday prakashito. Why? Because he has Krishna. Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomar shakati ache. His Holiness Srila Jayapataka Swami Maharaj was being taken on a wheelchair into a temple, and the devotees were Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda. They were going crazy in ecstasy. And this new fellow had come. And he was saying, oh, this Swami looks like he has had a stroke and he's wheelchair bound and looks like he has no strength even to wear his shoes. Someone has to help. Why all these hatta katta physically fit devotees, why they are falling at his feet? What has he got to give? Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomara shakati आछे. गौरंगा महाप्रभु को जेब में लेके घूम रहे श्रीला जयपाताका स्वामी महाराज. He is carrying Krishna in his heart, in his pocket. Krishna dite paro tomara shakati ache. He may not have physical strength in his muscles, but he has the strength to give Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Because Krishna se tomar, he has captured Krishna in the heart. Tomara hridaya sada Govinda Vishra. Govinda kahe Vaishnav mora pran. Krishna says that this Vaishnav is my life and soul. Aham bhakta paradhino. Krishna se tomar, Krishna dite paro, tomara shakati ache. He has the shakati. He has the power. Maharaj has the power to give Krishna, to give the dham, to give the naam to the faithful. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. Upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. A tattvadarshi guru who has captured Krishna in the heart can deliver Krishna. What more is required? So thank you very much, dear devotees. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gītā ki jai. I will stop here. If there are any questions, we can take a few. We have 6 minutes more. Hare Krishna. If there are no questions, then I have to take Maithili for her singing class. Utkarsh Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Utkarsh Prabhu from Nagpur.
Hare Krishna.
He's my Gaowala. Prabhuji, you had some questions, and Manali Mataji and Kamal Krishna Prabhu reached out to me, and I thought that your question was so nice that it should be asked publicly, so that if other devotees have a similar question in their heart, then I can try to serve them also. So thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
First of all, this is the first time I'm attending this session. Thanks a lot for sharing all the knowledge. I can relate it to my personal life for sure. My question is related to something you said at the very end of this session, related to surrendering to Guru. I will take around 1 minute to articulate my question. And my question is going to have 4 sub-questions in it. You can, because that will give you a gist of what I'm trying to understand. So please bear with my monologue for just a minute. So this question is in relation to surrendering to the Guru, and to the katha you told related to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu a couple of weeks back, where where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked a child to, in raw language, suck his foot. Okay. Now I'll try to put my 4 questions to give you a gist of what I'm trying to understand.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. So the first question is, I'm 100% sure that there is some context that I'm missing, and I'd like to understand why and how is this ajna to a child justified. I could see many people clapping and shouting Haribol for this particular katha, which was very disturbing for me, as this story is related to a child and not to an adult. So this is my first question. My second question is, are we alluding?
Can I answer this question as we go?
Yes, but if I just tell the 3 more questions, you will clearly understand what I'm trying to ask, because I've broken the question, and if you may allow, please.
Yeah,
Very humbly.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The related question is, are we alluding that one should surrender to a spiritual master? Should or should we not run? In fact, my question here is, should or should we not in this yuga run away from such a spiritual master who is instructing someone to do something and not simply teaching Krishna consciousness? The next one is, if I'm to read between the lines and just take this as a katha and focus on the teaching instead, so is what I'm trying to understand is, are there not better stories to tell? I may sound very rude. I'm sorry if I'm sounding rude, but I'm just trying to be candid and trying to articulate what's going on in my mind. And the last thing is, this might get a bit personal, but please don't take it personally. Will you allow my child, Kian, or maybe your child, to do anything of this sort if some spiritual guru instructs our child, not an adult, a child, to do it? I will stop here. I'm sorry I took a long time, but that is everything that I have in my head.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Utkarsh Prabhu, for being candid and asking this question from your head. But Krishna consciousness is a matter of the heart, not the head. So just a little clarification, Prabhuji. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not instruct the child to suck his toe. Puridas was a newborn child. He was less than a year old. He was infant. And because the previous year when Sri Shivananda Sen and his wife came to Sri Jagannath Puri from Navadvip, Shivananda Sen's wife was carrying, she was pregnant. And that time Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that you will be blessed with a son and you should name that son Paramananda Das or Puri Das as a nickname. And the next year, exactly 12 months later when they came, obviously the child was born, had been born. So the child must be less than 1 year old. And at that time, the children, they drink milk and they have the sucking reflex. Like that, they suck. They have a sucking reflex, the infant children. So when Puridas came, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not instruct the child, but when the child was placed at his feet, at his lotus feet, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered the toe of his foot to the mouth of the infant, and reflexly the infant happily started sucking on the toe of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This would be highly unhygienic and inappropriate if the person sticking their toe into an infant's mouth were a mere mortal like you and me. So I would not want my child or your child or anybody's child to suck my toe. Certainly not. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he does not have a material body like me and you. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body is not made up of skin and flesh and bones. Ananda Leela Maya Vigrahaya Hema Bhadivya Chavi Sundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. Shri Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. Shri Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur is describing the Vigraha or the physical form of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is Ananda Leela Maya Vigraha. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's form is completely Chinmay. It is completely spiritual and it is made up of spiritual bliss. Ananda Leela. Mahaprabhu's Leela, Mahaprabhu's pastimes, Mahaprabhu's form is Ananda Leelamay. It is filled with spiritual bliss. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not stick a toe made of bone, flesh, blood, and skin and nail into the mouth of an infant. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stuck pure spiritual bliss, Adhyatmik Anand, into the mouth of a child who had a reflex tendency to suck. You are sucking so many things of this world. Here, suck the real juice, the nectar of spiritual bliss, because we are all looking for Ananda. In the Vedanta Sutra, the nature of the soul, your nature, Utkarsh Prabhu, my nature, everyone's nature is described in Vedanta Sutra. All of us have a certain nature. And what is that? Anandamayobhyasat. Our nature is to seek Anand. We want Anand. We are looking for Anand. That's why we are wandering in this world, looking for Anand. Everybody is looking for Anand. Nobody comes to an employer and says, Mujhe dukh do, give me sorrow. Nobody comes to a restaurant. What would you like to have, sir? I want suffering. Nobody comes to a doctor and says, hey, doc, Can you stab me with your scalpel in my chest? I want to suffer. How would you like to amputate my hand without anesthesia today? No patient has ever told a doctor like this. Because Vedanta Sutra says, Anandamayo Bhyasat. We are all pleasure seeking. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is feeding pleasure to the child. Ananda Lilamaya Vigraha is putting his Ananda Lilamaya Vigraha toe, his Satchidananda toe, into the mouth of this child. So he gets Adhyatmik Ananda. It would be inappropriate if Mahaprabhu had a material body. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Ananda Lilamaya Vigraha. The Vigraha, the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Chinmaya Swarup. It is Adhyatmik. It is made up of Adhyatmik Ahlad, spiritual happiness, spiritual bliss. And every child wants to be happy. Every person wants to be happy. Even the ant wants to be happy and is therefore looking for sugar on the ground. The birds are looking for their worm. Everybody, the fish is looking for its food. Everybody is looking for Anand in this world. And Mahaprabhu gave the Paramananda Daine. He gave the highest bliss to the child. And Utkarsh Prabhu, you can judge something by the result it produces. Correct? You are like the person who knows nothing about surgery. And you are simply seeing that this doctor has stabbed my child in that stomach. This doctor has cut open the tummy of my child, and you are creating a riot outside the hospital. You're like that. But when you understand that, oh, the child had acute appendicitis, gangrenous appendicitis. Yes, the surgeon took a knife. Yes, the surgeon cut open the belly of my child, but it was to save my child. It was to give pleasure to my child, to make my child comfortable. It was for the betterment of my child. Now the appendix is gone. Now my child is healing. Now he's feeling fine. He was vomiting. He could not eat. Now he can eat and he can keep food down. Oh, this surgeon is so great. He has done a big upkar on me. He has done a big favor on me. Then you will embrace that. Surgeon will say, hey, go away, go away. All the gang you had collected will say, go away, go away. We are all fine. It's all good. Oh, he's a savior. He's a hero. The surgeon is a hero. It was emergency. He could not contact me immediately. He took for surgery, but good intentions, and he did a great job. So because you don't understand right now the tattva of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you don't understand Gaura tattva, this question is coming in your head. But when with the head and with the heart, with the head you have to understand, and with the heart you have to experience. With your head, when you will understand what is Gaura tattva, what is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's tattva, what is he in truth, what is his swarup, then you will understand. But you can understand it now. You can judge a thing by the result it produces. Correct? You can judge a thing by the result it produces. The child was suffering in pain because of gangrenous appendicitis, was vomiting, having fever, tummy pain. Oh, now the child is jumping and playing just few days after surgery. So you see the result of the action, and then you can judge the action. You can judge the action by the result it produces. What was the result of Puridas sucking the toe of Sri Chaitanya Dev? He became the great Kavi Karnapur, who wrote one of the best biographies of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Chandaramrit Natak. He wrote a very great book in the form of a drama, which is a biography of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's divine pastimes. And he wrote another book called Gaur Ganodesh Deepika. He became an author, he became a Kavi, because all knowledge emanates from Krishna's lotus feet. All of us have drunk Ganga water. Is there anybody here who has never drunk Ganga Jal? Everybody who lives anywhere on the banks of Ganga has lived Even for a day on the bank of Ganga, in all those states where Ganga ji flows, everybody, all the municipality water also is Ganga Jal only. Everybody has drunk Ganga Jal. Padanakh neera janita jana pavana Keshava dhrita vamana rupa Jaya Jagadi Shahare. What is Ganga Jal? It is the water that has washed the toenail of Krishna. Pada nakha. You are Maharashtrian, you understand nakh. Nakh manje काय? Nakh manje
Yes.
nail. Pada nakha neer. Neer is water. Pada nakha neer janita jana pavan. The jana pavini Gangaji, who purifies the whole world, is nothing but the charanamrit of Krishna. Water that has bathed the pada nakha, the toenail. Now, ordinarily, are baap re baap. Toenail is the dirtiest part of the body. Under the nail, all the germs reside. The nail gets fungus and onychomycosis. Chi, 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 chi. You have to go to a podiatrist to pare down the dirty nails, clean the nails, peronaikia, infection around the nail. Nails are the dirtiest part. But that is our body. It is a material body. But Krishna is Satchid. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchid Ananda Vigraha. Krishna's Vigraha, Krishna's form is spiritual. So Krishna's water that has bathed the toenail of Krishna becomes the Jagat Pavini Gangaji. Padanakha Neera Janita Jana Pavana Keshava Dhrita Vamana Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare. So all we can say is Jai Jagadisha Hare. Krishna is not like us. Krishna's body is not like us. This Puridas, by sucking the toe of Sri Chaitanya Dev, all the Vedic knowledge became manifest within him. And at a very young age, he became the author of 2 great books. He lived a very healthy, happy life and became a guru himself. So you can judge the action by the result it produces. So Krishna's pastimes should not be seen with material vision. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came also in this world in the previous yuga as Krishna. Jai Gaura, say Krishna, say Jagannath. So as Krishna, he came at the age of 7 years. On the pinky finger of his left hand, he holds up Govardhan Hill for 7 days, 7 nights. And Indra is sending all these big clouds of rain, storm, but cannot even move the mountain from his fingertip. Now, can anyone keep the hand like this for 7 days and not move it? It's very difficult. Keeping a mountain, impossible. So Krishna can do all these things. In the Rasa Leela, Krishna divided himself, not divided, but expanded himself into millions of forms. In Dwarka, he expanded himself into 16,108 wives, husband of 16,108 wives, living in the palace, each palace with them. So Krishna did so many things which are inconceivable. Why? Because his body is not a body made of flesh and blood like us. Krishna's body is spiritual. Krishna giving his toe as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Puridas when he was an infant has a deep significance. And there are many practical, like you said, that many things you heard in today's Bhagavad Gītā where practically you could relate to them in your life. There is practical lesson in this Leela. It is not just a Leela. There is practical lesson that all of us can learn. The lesson is a newborn and an infant have a sucking reflex. They have a reflex. It's their nature to suck because they are annamaya kosh. They are only driven by food. They eat, they sleep. They eat, they sleep. They drink milk, they sleep. They drink milk, they sleep. That's their life cycle in the first few months of life. So Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Dev is teaching us that we all have tendency, like a newborn child has a tendency to suck. We all have tendencies. And we should use our tendency to get Krishna. If someone is a doctor, you serve the public as a doctor to please Krishna by helping the destitute, helping the poor, uninsured people. If you are a big businessman, you give charity to the poor. So you are using your nature to serve Krishna. The nature of a child is to suck. A newborn is to suck. So that can be used instead of sucking a pupsi, instead of sucking a pacifier, which nowadays people take and nobody objects. So many times when I used to work in the clinic previously, Parents would come for their annual physical, and they have obviously brought their newborn child with them. Child is crying, just stick a pacifier in their mouth. The child is sucking on the pacifier, which is a piece of plastic, silicone. So instead of doing that, Mahaprabhu has given his toe to the child. So what Mahaprabhu is teaching us, whatever tendencies you have, you use that tendency to make spiritual advancement. You have a tendency to eat Krishna Prasad. Like yesterday, you had a Bhakti Vriksha. I was told that you did Prasad Seva day before yesterday, Friday. You did Prasad Seva. So we have a tendency to cook for Krishna. Offer it as Naivedya to Krishna and then distribute the Prasad to the devotees. We have a tendency to work in the IT world. Yes, by all means, work as an honest man. Represent Krishna properly, represent Dharma properly. And whatever money you earn by Dharma, you use it in the service of Krishna and Krishna's devotees. So in this way, through this Leela, through this pastime, Mahaprabhu is teaching us that we all have different tendencies. Use your tendency to get Krishna. So there are many layers of understanding, but the basic understanding is Mahaprabhu's body is not a body like you and me. It's a spiritual body, and Mahaprabhu gave spiritual bliss to the child. And every parent will be happy if their child becomes happy. So like that. I hope this was okay. Utkarsh Prabhu, you have any more?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for the explanation. I understood the point for sure.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So Anuradha Mataji, Anuradha Leela Mataji will stop here. Thank you very much. You want to say some final words?
I just wanted to say thank you so much, for sharing Krishna with us. I felt it so deep in my heart. I would love to hear every day from you. I don't know if there's such an opportunity, but it's so wonderful. Every word you say, thank you so much.